Former Vice President Joe Biden brought his presidential campaign to Tampa today. Biden sat down for a roundtable with military veterans talking about their needs and concerns. With MacDill Air Force Base, U.S. Central and Special Operations Command all located in our region, it is a big and important issue for our community. 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser has more on Biden's visit and the political strategy behind today's meeting.
Former Vice President Joe Biden has been reluctant to make personal appearances on the campaign trail, but with less than 2 months to go before Election Day, he's now choosing strategic locations and opportunities. Today, that brought him to Hillsborough Community College in Tampa, where he sat down for a roundtable discussion with military veterans.
And I thank you for this opportunity.
Tackling topics like VA access, meaningful employment for veterans and their spouses, and mental health.
You shouldn't be ashamed of needing mental health help any more than you should be ashamed if you went and you broke your arm or you needed glasses.
In the past 2 weeks, Biden has launched an ad campaign in specific markets, including Tampa, targeting the military, a group which has historically leaned Republican and continues overall to favor President Trump. But recent polls show that support eroding. A majority of active duty service members with an unfavorable view of the president give Biden a 4-point edge. And those polls were taken before the Atlantic article many veterans found offensive.
Your son Bo's memory is still etched in our memory, and he was indeed no sucker or loser.
Both Biden and Trump supporters lined the sidewalks and nearby streets, Biden's presence underscoring again the importance of Florida's 29 electoral votes. Recent polls show his lead shrinking, so it's unlikely this first Florida visit will be his last.
As the next commander-in-chief, I want every single member of the armed forces, our veterans, their families, their caregivers, and their survivors to know I will never treat you with anything other than the honor and respect and dignity you deserve.
From Tampa, the vice president was planning to head to Kissimmee next for a Hispanic Heritage Month event. There he hopes to shore up what has been lackluster support thus far from another key demographic in Florida, its Latino community. Cuban Americans, predominantly in the Miami-Dade area, and Puerto Ricans, many who moved to Florida in recent years.
Let's take a deeper dive now into campaign spending. This all comes down to 6 swing states: Florida, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona. The Biden campaign and his supporters are outspending President Trump and his allies by $40 million. The Biden campaign has spent almost 90% of its money in those 6 states. Trump and Republican organizations have spent 78 cents of every dollar across the 6. Here in Florida, Biden has spent $83.5 million. President Trump, $82.3 million. Those numbers reflect the spending since the beginning of the campaign.